Hello, hello, hello. Let's get right to it. How are you this Sunday evening? Pretty exciting Chiefs game, right? Now that we're coming down from that, let me talk about some other things that are going to give you some excitement as we head deeper into this forecast. You ready for this? All right, here we go. Let's do it. We've got several first warns for impactful weather this week, and we're going to start with Mondays, which has two first warns, one for the showers and another for fog. And it looks like fog's going to be an issue again Tuesday morning, so a first warn for that as visibilities could be dangerously low. We get a break during the midweek, including Thanksgiving. It's going to be cold. But compared to what else we're dealing with, that's going to be the easiest part of the forecast. Saturday and Sunday, a wintry mix possible. Saturday more so than Sunday, and I'm going to break all that down for you, all 7 days coming up right now. Let's start with that fog that you saw there at the beginning. It's already out there, and we're going to have areas of dense fog through the morning. It won't be quite as widespread as they have been the last couple of mornings, but they'll be out there. So a dense fog is likely through at least 10 o'clock tomorrow. That means low visibility. Give yourself plenty of space between you and the car in front of you. Low beams, high beams, that extra beam of light just creates a greater glare as it bounces off the water droplets in the fog. 70% chance of showers, even some thunderstorms are possible. Of course, we're going to time that out for you. First warn for that, rainfall about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. So there could be some small ponding on the roadway here and there, especially during the evening commute. All right, so let's take a look at Monday at a glance. Get you ready temperature-wise and kind of what to expect. 46 in the morning, milder than this morning. Showers, mainly light, areas of fog. Heading into the afternoon hours, heavier showers, storms. This is when the first warn starts to really kick in. Temperatures, not as warm as this weekend, 56. But that's going to be pretty nice compared to what's rolling in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the Weather Service put out a dense fog advisory. Notice where it's gray. Central Missouri, kind of backing its way towards us, just outside the metro, technically. I believe there'll be other areas that have some dense fog, and that's why I want to show you this model. This model's coming up at midnight, and you can see places like, Harrisonville, down towards Garnett, Olathe, other areas outside the dense fog advisory that could have some patchy dense fog. Now, that area is the most likely to have widespread fog, but we're still going to have some other areas. And let's go through time and let me show you how it kind of ebbs and flows. And even at 7 o'clock tomorrow, we're still looking at some thick fog around the metro, down 35 to Ottawa, up 35 towards Bethany and out towards Chillicothe. And then as we get into 9, 10 o'clock hour, again, this will start to lift. So you have to be most careful during the morning commute. But also throwing kind of a little extra challenge is the fact there'll be some light showers around. 30% chance at 7 o'clock, ramping up to 50% by the end of the morning commute. We'll hold 50 until we get to 11 o'clock, and then starting at noon all the way through 7 o'clock. So you got about a 7-hour window of a 60 to nearly 70% chance of wet weather. And that's also, when we talked about, it's going to come down to heaviest. And there may be some thunder, but I'm not expecting any severe weather. So let's take a look at it in a different form, kind of the real estate it's going to be crossing as we head from 5 o'clock tomorrow morning through 7 o'clock. Best chance, probably west of 35. But as we head through the commute, you can see it moving towards the east. The bigger batch, there's two batches. That's one batch that comes in. Here's the bigger surge coming in from the south, bringing more moisture. Look at the yellows, the oranges. Those are the moderate showers, the possibility of a localized heavier downpour if a thunderstorm does develop. And that could reach as far north as the Missouri River as we head into the afternoon hours and through the evening commute. Kind of blew through that really quick. So let's go back to the evening commute. And so here we are at 4. Here we are at 5. It looks like the heaviest of the showers are moving out of the metro at 5, but there's still going to be light showers and plenty of residual moisture left over. And then it's completely gone as we head into the overnight hours. But notice the low clouds never leave. They are trapped under an inversion, a pocket of warm air aloft, and that's what's going to create the fog that we're going to have as we go into Tuesday. It could look like this. This is our Midwest Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing camera. That's our tower cam. You can see it's already shrouded in fog. So let's move on and talk about what's going to happen Tuesday. All right, let's go on to Tuesday. Here we go. Tuesday, waking up, look at that. low clouds and fog, 46 degrees, a first warn for that. Okay, so that's our third first warn, and we're only a day in the morning into the forecast this week. Now as we head into the afternoon hours, we've got a really sharp cold front that's going to roll through midday, a 30% chance of sprinkles to a light shower. No big deal. Just want to let you know you may get a little wet, or you may see some drops on the window if you're looking outside, or your windshield. Not really too worried about it. 100, 200ths of an inch at most. What you will notice is once the front passes, clouds will race off to the east as those winds will gust up around 25 to 30 miles per hour. So here's a look. I want to go back. Let's start this. Here's a look. That's the dense fog advisory for tonight. Here's a look at tomorrow, Tuesday morning. Excuse me. You can see there's still a lot of widespread areas of thick fog out there. And that's going to continue as we head up until about 10 o'clock once again. And then it will start to lift. All right. So let's talk about the wet weather. Here's a look at future radar. There's Tuesday morning. There's all the cloud cover that's trapped under the inversion. It's going to be saturated. It's going to be misty. It's going to be drizzly. It's going to be foggy, not only tomorrow morning, but also Tuesday morning. So kind of a damp start to both days. If you were out this morning, kind of that damp, just not quite as cold. Now, as we head through Tuesday, watch as that shower starts to kick up after the morning commute. You see some light greens right there, right along Interstate 35 and eastward as we head through lunch. And in the next, till 2 o'clock, and it's gone. And look at the clouds clear out as the drier air and the winds race in. So we go from being damp and cool in the morning to sunny, windy, blustery, if you will, in the afternoon hours. And that's it as far as any of the adverse weather at the beginning. Now, as we head into Wednesday, we feel the full effect of that cold weather. Look at that high, 42 degrees. And then as we head into Thursday, Thanksgiving, 43. The warmest, Friday, 44, really? Saturday, 42, Sunday, 40. Traveling back down the thermometer. And that's why that wintry mix is possible. So let's take a look at Thanksgiving first. Let's get me off here because this is going to take up the entire page. So there you go, Thanksgiving morning. Well, upper 20s. Feels like 20 outside if you're traveling. For the afternoon, middle 40s, barely. It feels like the upper 30s. And as we head into the evening, we're looking at middle 30s, but it'll feel like the upper 20s. So if you just happen to be heading out for any activities Thursday evening, you'll want to dress for those feels like temperatures in the upper 20s. All right? Can't say specifically where because another station sponsors that, but you know where. So here's a look at what's going on for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Did you see that? All right, let's roll it back because I should have put a pause away in there. White, shades of white, snow, okay? Pink, shades of pink, a wintry mix. Green, you know what green is. Green is rain. So look at that. As soon as Friday, we could have a wintry mix come in the afternoon and evening. And then look at the warmer weather try to take over Saturday, kind of push that wintry mix possibly into northern Missouri. And then maybe on the tail end Sunday, another smaller chance of a wintry mix. So let me break it down day by day for you. Here's what I'm thinking for Friday. Wintry mix possible, ground, roads, way too warm. If anything frozen does fall, it will melt when it hits the ground. So we're looking at wet pavements. For Saturday, mainly rain showers as a warmer push of air comes up. That mix across northern Missouri is possible, but again, I think it's going to be too warm for anything to accumulate. But if something does start to accumulate, that's where it would be, and that's something we're going to watch for, and that's why we've got the first warn on for Saturday because we're looking at a better chance than Friday. Friday we got a 40%. 50% first warn, so we're close. Saturday, we're looking at a 60% chance. Sunday, we've got a light wintry mix on one model. The other model is dry. We're going to put a first warn on there right now because that is the busiest travel day. Coming home from the Thanksgiving holiday. Also, a lot of people out. It's a busy weekend just for family events. A lot of people get ready for Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa holidays over this weekend when most people are together. So that's why we have a first warn on Sunday. Okay? Make sense? And of course, as we get closer, we will definitely fine-tune the forecast and let you know if anything's going to be really adverse. Right now, it's enough. There's enough disruption to put at least a first warn out there to let you know Saturday and Sunday could be interesting. All right, so let's go back. Monday, that 70% chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms, 56. Not bad. Tuesday morning, 46, but you got to watch out for the fog once again. 30% chance of those midday showers and 56. And that's the last real comfortable day in the forecast. Freezing cold Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, mid-20s to near 30, low to mid-40s in the afternoon, but lots of sunshine Wednesday and for Thanksgiving Day, Thursday. Friday, increasing clouds. We'll put a 40% chance at night right now. Again, that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. That and Sunday are the ones that have the most potential to change. If the storm comes in earlier Friday, or if it comes in later Friday, that's a big change. If the storm leaves earlier Sunday or stays around longer Sunday, or the other model starts to pick up on some wintry weather Sunday. So those 2 days are the ones that have the biggest and widest range of what could happen. Saturday, more locked in with rain, could mix with a little bit of snow. Not expecting any accumulation, maybe northern Missouri, temperature 42. Okay, so that's a look at your Security Bank 7-day forecast. Pretty interesting, huh? Hopefully you stayed. Thank you for staying through for the entire Security Bank 7-day forecast. Hey, you know what time it is? It's 9:15. That means we got 45 minutes for me to go back, take a look at some more data, fine-tune this forecast, and meet you on the television at 10 o'clock. Sure hope to see you then. If not, have a great and safe week, and hopefully we got you prepared for the wild weather that's coming your way. We'll see you soon.